This is the story of Juan, a boy who decides to become a sorcerer with unexpected consequences. What drives Juan to take this unusual path? And what can we learn from his extraordinary and perhaps ironic journey? Stay tuned to uncover the hidden meanings and surprising twists in this masterfully told fairy tale. Don't miss the opportunity to dive with us into the profound and often humorous world of Monterroso. Tune in, stay excited, and let yourself be inspired. Juan the Sorcerer, a Fairy Tale by Augusto Monterroso. Juan, the farmer's boy who lived in a small village, was called nothing but Big Rascal by everyone. One day, he decided to do something special and become a sorcerer. So, he went to an old wise man and asked for lessons. The old wise man spoke to Juan. If you want to become a sorcerer, you must first be a sorcerer's apprentice for 3 times, 3 years, then be a sorcerer for 3 times, 9 years, and then you may take the sorcerer's exam. Juan agreed, and he began his apprenticeship. He learned how to pull gold coins from ears, noses, and pockets, how to conjure white rabbits from under a hat, and how to magically cure children's boredom. After 3 years, he felt he knew enough, thanked the sorcerer, and went on his way. He traveled across the country, displaying his tricks in village squares, and when someone asked who he was, he replied, "I am Juan the Sorcerer, the greatest sorcerer. But here I only show my small arts. The great ones are not for every day." Soon, Juan the Sorcerer was talked about throughout the land. Even the king heard of him and summoned him. When Juan stood before him, the king thought, "This lad doesn't look like a sorcerer, more like a big rascal." So the king spoke to Juan. "Juan the Sorcerer, a week ago, my most beautiful ring was stolen. For you with your sorcery skills, it should certainly be easy to conjure it back. To ensure no one can help you, I will lock you in a deep dungeon and give you 3 days. If you retrieve the ring, you shall become the court sorcerer. If not, I will have your head chopped off." Juan, in his dungeon, thought he only had 3 days to live, as he had not learned such a difficult trick in his short apprenticeship. The king's ring had been stolen by 3 of his servants. In the evening, one servant brought Juan the Sorcerer his supper. Juan thought that now the first of his last days was over, and sighed. "There goes the first, as true as I am a sorcerer." The servant heard Juan's words and thought he was meant. Trembling, he ran away and went to the other 2 servants and told everything. "Oh," said the other 2, "you must have just dreamed that." On the next evening, the second servant brought supper. As he was about to leave, he heard Juan sigh, "There goes the second, as true as I am a sorcerer." This servant also thought he was meant and reported to the others. And the third servant said, "You must have misunderstood." When on the next evening the third servant brought the food to the desperate Juan, Juan sighed, "There goes the third, as true as I am a sorcerer." Then the servant was terribly frightened, fell to his knees and confessed everything. Juan commanded, "Come all 3 to me. Bring me the ring, and I will not betray you. But if you feel the urge to steal again, remember, I am the greatest sorcerer." When the king learned that Juan had passed the test, he had him brought out of the dungeon and wanted to appoint him as the court sorcerer. But Juan did not want to. What if the king tested him a second time? He wouldn't get away so easily then. The king rewarded Juan richly and let him go. Juan returned to his home village, bought a beautiful house, fields, and meadows, and when the children were bored, he performed his tricks for them. "What luck," said the villagers, "that our big rascal has come home."